Hi. Um, Says it's recording. Patrick here. Day 4228 of me knocking my head against Android Studio. Good old Android Studio. Um, just as a reminder to you all, I don't write any code. This is the first time I've ever come across something like Kotlin, for sure, working with Android Studio. And I've heard of Java in the past, but frankly, I never wrote a line of it. A lot of HTML in the past. Yep. Did a lot of that. Got bored with that because people didn't know what they wanted. They wanted a website, but they didn't know what they wanted on their website. And so I just put that all behind me. Did some other stuff. And here I am now, retired at 62, a little early, and filling my day up. Right now it's 11:09 a.m. I still haven't had my breakfast. I went right to Diet Pepsi. Pepe, what are you doing? What are you doing to yourself? Silly dog. So, where we left off in Ladybug, I was wondering what's happening to these older tutorials that are not written in Ladybug. And as they do their walkthroughs on the screen, like this, make sure the screen like this. I can't highlight that. That's a YouTube. Can't highlight that. So, for example, older version of Android Studio allowed the author of this Mr. Tippy tutorial to actually type in total amount dot toString, couple of parens, open and close paren. I couldn't do that. I just couldn't do that. Now, this must be an old-fashioned way of doing this. It's at 39 minutes and 8 seconds. Oh, what are we doing? I've got two screens and I get confused which one I'm working on.
GoForms makes it easy to digitize documents or build new digital forms from scratch.
Yeah, thank you. Go away.
Have the same logic get executed if I change
still have the same
the tip percent.
Tip
and
amount
that to be really easy because
to string, total amount
abstracted
to
all
string.
logic away into this method. I'm going to call compute tip and total. Right, have a pretty functional app.
Now, compute tip and total is another thing. He put it in once. Oh, wait a minute. There it is up there again, too. See, all of a sudden, my seek bar was working. My tip amount and total amounts were updating properly. And then it just stopped happening. So I copied all my text, all my code, and I gave it to Gemini. I said, why is this breaking down? And Gemini had me put compute tip and total in here on line 51. Where is he putting it? Line 51? Well, there's one of them. Here's another one at line 36. You see? And I lost one. I lost this Oh, that's why I'm pushed so far down. All my imports are expanded instead of stuck in an ellipses. So that adds, what, 3 to 14? That adds 11 lines to the what I'm looking for. But Gemini was right on top of the game, said, yeah, you need to put this little bit of thing back in here. And now, what happened? Did I, oops. Did I, these are all, that's an icon I made for myself. It's a plate of spaghetti. So that plate of spaghetti cost $19.95. Tip and total update. We're going to change our tip amount and tip and total change. See now, if I keep doing this, if I scrub that back and forth too much, I burnt it out somehow. It just quit working on me yesterday. Right in the middle of, it was an hour-long video that's, honestly, it's still processing at YouTube. It's taking its time. I don't know if they're going to accept it or not. I know there's longer YouTubes, far longer than an hour, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's just taking a long time for them to save it, maybe? I don't know. So, compute tip and total. I got one of those from Gemini. What I think happened is Android Studio dropped it. Because what I also found was a spare close paren. When I was just poring over these codes, it was one of these lines, like maybe right here. I don't know. It was a parentheses. It was a closed parentheses, and it just obviously looked out of place. And so I got rid of that. And when I was down here typing, here's the last thing I wanted to talk about. Where, what am I doing? Okay. Total amount dot to string parens. I couldn't really type that in. It just really didn't want to let me. And what it auto-completed for me, though, was this %.2f.format.tip amount, which apparently is what we get from Mr. Tippy. And that's what he put in the second compute tip and total, maybe. Let's see when he's going to get to... Oh, he ran into some problems. What's he talking about?
Then it doesn't make sense to try and convert an empty string into a double. And so the very first thing we should be doing here is actually
this
checking
is crashing.
if et base amount dot text if that.
Okay. Where are we at? 36.51. Let me go to my laptop and go to 36.51. $36.49.
Dot text if that is empty, then we need to do an early return.
Early return if it's empty. Something's empty?
TV tip and total amount. Because if the edit text is empty, that means there's nothing to tip on, and we should be showing nothing for those two text trees. That is empty. Then we need to do an early return. Additionally, we should be clearing out the values of the TV tip and total amount, Because if the edit text is empty, that means there's nothing to tip on, and we should be showing nothing for those two text trees. Then we call return so that none of the rest of the function will get executed.
Okay. What line was he working on here? 56. 56, okay. He probably just closed his log
Those two text
window.
trees. Then we
See,
call
boom,
return
got all
so
that
that none of the rest of the
area
function will get
back.
executed.
So, timestamp 3712. Let's see, I'm lost. Oh, I got 3 screens of Android Studio open. I forget which one's the operative one. 2 of them are just YouTube videos. So what?
And we should be showing nothing.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
Then we call return.
Call return. I want to see his code.
Is actually checking into a double. It doesn't happening to that point. Alright, so this is working actually pretty well, but there are 2 things that I think are incorrect or
I'm getting lost. Okay.
now. Think about what are 2 improvements that you could do to the app that we have right now. Try playing around with it, see if you can identify any issues.
Yes, let's just get to the code.
Notice what will happen now if I backspace on the base amount so that there's nothing there. So you can see the app actually crashed.
Right.
So look at logcat.
He's talking about the app crashing when your base amount is 0. The app can't handle that. Relaunch. Still showing up here in the center, 15%, so that means something's still working. All right, back. Gotta type some code. Where am I typing code? There's 2 of those down there. And one above. It says private function, compute tip and total. Right here. Swear to God, too many keyboards. Now, you saw that all pop up, didn't you? 3709. Let's go here. 3709.
Then we call return.
3708. So call a private function, compute tip and total, parens, bracket, if base amount, ET base amount as a text is empty. There's an empty quotes. Going back to Android Studio. All right, it's back. If et base amount dot text dot is empty, a series of parens, and then Looks close. I'm going to hit tab. I'm going to rebuild it. Run it. Here comes, cross your fingers, that when I put in 56.21 and change the tip to 6%, and then say, you know what, I don't like your restaurant anyway. And now we have no numbers at all. I continue hitting backspace, and we're not crashing. So I think, let me put a number back in there, 29.95. With 19%, well, that's pretty rich. 15%, that's really nice. So $4.50 tip on a $30 meal. Is that nice? Yeah. Yeah, I'd be very happy with that if I was a server. I've done this in the past, and that's very appropriate. So I just wanted to get this short little video in saying, I got some more stuff working. Yeah, I'm real happy. And a lot of it just happened to be because Ladybug did it for me. So, yay, brain power, I guess. That's what I was here for, to make sure I don't go goofy with brain rot. Now I'm applauding the program for doing my work for me. So you can't beat that. It's modern life, advanced civilization stuff for you. Should give it a whirl sometime. Like, if you like, subscribe if you're possibly at all interested in these rambling diatribes. There's still more to this Mr. Tippy. See here where it says great? That's a great tip. That has to get put in here yet. And the clock on my YouTube shows almost 20 minutes left on the video. It came in 3 or 4 parts. And it's quite long on its own. Mine have turned out to be much longer because I'm no speed typist. But I make a lot of mistakes. Like and subscribe. And stop recording.